officer of the Arab Legion, and some armed men, and drove to the first Ta'amira camp he could find outside Bethlehem. The next morning, as he was driving into Bethlehem, he saw one of the men who had approached him the day before, dispensing with all necessities. Saad proceeded to kidnap the Bedouin. As the jeep slowed to a stop, Saad called the man over and immediately demanded more information about the cave. Fear came into the Arab's eyes, and he made as if to move on. The soldiers leaped down from the jeep and barred his way. Then, at a nod from Saad, they lifted the man bodily and pushed him into the back of the truck. The driver let in the clutch, and they rode off back the way they had come. Subjected to this sort of persuasion, the Bedouin agreed to cooperate. Saad obtained reinforcements from a nearby military post, and the contingent headed off down the Wadi Ta'amira towards the Dead Sea. When the terrain became impassable, they abandoned the jeep and began to walk. They walked for 7 hours until they came to a wadi with walls hundreds of feet high. Far up in the cliff face, 2 large caves could be seen, with clouds of dust issuing from them. The Bedouin were already inside, collecting what they could. At Saad's arrival, a number of them emerged. The soldiers accompanying Saad fired into the air, and the Bedouin dispersed. Of the 2 caves, one, when the soldiers reached it, proved to be huge. 20 feet wide, 12 to 15 feet high, and extending some 150 feet back into the cliff. It was the next morning before Saad got back to Jerusalem, exhausted after his expedition, which had included 14 hours of walking. He went to sleep. He woke later in the day to find Jerusalem in a state of upheaval. Friends of the Bedouin had spread the news of his kidnapping and incarceration. One commentator observed afterwards that it was perhaps a mistake to have used force. This served to drive documents underground and made the Bedouin more reluctant to relinquish what they found. Saad's expedition led to the discovery of 4 caves at Wadi Murabbaat. Just over 11 miles south of Qumran, and some 2 miles are inland from the Dead Sea. The material found here was less difficult to date and identify than that from Qumran, but of nearly comparable import. It derived from the early 2nd century AD. More specifically from the revolt in Judea, orchestrated by Simon bar Kochba between AD 132 and 135. It included 2 letters signed by Simon himself and furnished new data on the logistics, economics and civil administration of the rebellion, which had come within a hair's breadth of success. Simon actually captured Jerusalem from the